baby. Minc made this.
Today's first stop, we're going to Cafe 333. I'm at the last, couple days of it. So I'm going ahead and getting some material on the benches. Just come in and check it out, I'll show you. So as I said, this is Cafe 333. Such an iconic name, right? We're in the Crossroads area, Kansas City, Missouri. Get some lights on for you. So I'm redoing these, they're like old church pews. Right here, it's gonna be a nice, like jazz type of live music environment where they have like singers and live bands and, stuff like that. These are the seats. Like I said, they're church pews. So what I'm doing is I'm going through, stripping them, and then basically we're putting a dark blue, it's like a synthetic leather for all you PETA people. It's not a real leather. It's actually a synthetic leather. It's a vinyl material, such like that. So it kind of matches with the walls to kind of get like the same tones. We're gonna add a few buttons on it to give it some character. But what I'm gonna do to like change it, you see these pieces right here. So like I said, for the third time, they're like church pews. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint these like dark blue so we can have some color on color action, kind of like some newer modern interior action going on with the church pews. So today what I'm doing is I'm gonna cut the vinyl to fit over the cushions, and then I'll go ahead and take them back and sew them, but that's what we're doing today. It shouldn't take us too long. We're only here for a little bit. What I'm gonna do is I measure this thing. I'm gonna cut it all 22, and I'm just add a back lip onto the seat. That way I can cut it all right now and be done with it. And then I line that up. And this is where you see I already cut it. So I'm lining it up with that line. So I already know that's how it needs to be. Who's that? My mom again?
Oh, no, this is my phone. It's Ashton.
And no one taught me this. I learned this how to do this myself. Like the old men, they cut it up. The way they'll cut it all the way down and mark the whole thing. It's like, it don't make no sense. The line right there in the middle. It's a gift and a curse though. Because I know my procrastination button is heavy because I know I can do a whole bunch of shit in a small amount of time. Which is not good. A lot of shit, especially by myself, because I've been doing it by myself for a long amount of time. I cannot work 7 days and work 2 days and be like I worked the whole 9 days. Alright, you go ahead and put it back on time lapse. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm getting this last cut.
First stop of the day. It's kind of cold outside. Actually, it's really cold outside. Really, really cold. But first stop of the day, see, I got the pieces cut. So what I did is, I cut them all the back pieces, and I cut a few of the cushion pieces that you can sit on. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna come back, staple. See, you see right here, you got these few of these staples right here. I gotta clean up because I got a few staples sticking out when I pulled the old stuff off. But I gotta go clean that up. I'm gonna put some Dacron here, which is like it's a plastic product, but it gives it like more of a bounce, more of a fluff feel. So when you sit on it, it's more plush. And you know, it looks kind of plain. Usually I would do some sewing, but on here, to kind of give it like the classic look, I'm just gonna put buttons. Nice classic buttons going all the way down. So I got 7 of them cut. Like I said, it's first stop of the day. We're headed to the next stop of the day, but you know, Threeminc in motion, Studio 3, sewing channel, creating stuff on the daily. Let's go. So now we're at the second stop of the day. This is let me make sure I like my car. It looked nice outside, but once again, it's cold. It's like 25 degrees. So we're at Pendulum Studios. This is a very thriving architect company in Kansas City, Missouri that focuses on ballparks and basically ballparks. You know, you can check out some of the stuff right there. You see some of the accolades and awards and stuff. Jonathan Cole, you know, look him up. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a link to the page so you can see it. But very, very influential architectural company when it comes to baseball stadiums in the United States of America and, you know, some other places of the world too. So Studio 3 is currently upstairs. That's where I'm working out of now. But let me show you guys a project. I got a few projects going on. And that's kind of like I want to kind of touch on that. There's like a lot of, as creatives and artists and stuff, like we work on a lot of different things, but like business people, they kind of work on one thing at a time and they go here and here. Their brain is kind of like wired differently. So at first people used to kind of be like, man, you gotta, stop doing this and stop doing that, but stop working, meaning stop working on multiple projects at a time. But that if you're a creative, that's not how your brain works. You work here and then, you may mentally you may be done with, or material you might not be able to finish it now. So you move on to the next thing. You don't just sit there and wait. So as every creative would know, I have a couple projects going on, but just like every creative would know, I'm just trying to figure out how to balance out so you can, finish them, but still not be like pressure to do it. So with that being said, I think this is a 77 Corvette I'm working on. I'm doing the interior on it and a few other little things. Let me pop this top off so we get a better view. Oh, I got the lock up here somewhere. There you go. You can see inside a little bit. So as you can see, I got the covers here I made. I already laid the carpet down in here. This is a custom pattern. It actually comes out of a truck. Me and the client seen it in the magazine, so we kind of duplicated it. It's like a 3D pattern. Makes it kind of pop out at you. As I said, I'm waiting on a few pieces for this, but I built out the speaker compartment in the back. I got a few wrap pieces that go under the dash that I don't have to fabricate. I'm fabricating a few of the pieces because it's old. It's from 1977. A lot of pieces are dry, rotted, and broke. So instead of, we got to replace some of them, but some of them we can actually make. These are where the speakers go in at, the amps and stuff go in there. The steering wheel is painted, so we got a few pieces, like I said, that we're waiting to finish for it. And we go ahead and get this project bundled up. But yeah, this is one. Let's go ahead and take it upstairs so we can check out the actual studio and creative area where I make my things at. So this is the second floor. This is kind of more the area that I spend more of my time in. Got a few Threeminc promo pieces I've been working on, trying to get the buzz going, get it out there. I got a few signature pieces. These are more like our basic signature line pieces. T-shirts, actually. Got them in different colors. You know what I'm saying? Starting with the basics. Got a few other pieces over there. We've been working on a few promo pieces. Got like our second level of like our signature shirts. I'm trying to actually, go back to the beginnings of where I started the brand and kind of like build it back up and not start where I have it now. So kind of people can show the progression of me coming from the basic and this and that all the way up, because I actually do create their own stuff. So in here is where I actually make the magic for Threeminc. So this is where we have it. We got sewing machines on sewing machines here. A nice table we do a nice cutting on. We got the upholstery sewing machine right here. You got your stuff for your graphics. Got an embroidery machine, shoe machine over there. Another embroidery machine back here. Everybody, you got to have your mood board, your different ideas, so you can try to organize things. So yeah, second stop of the day. Few projects. So this is a project for a gentleman, Manny Ortiz, a really good friend of mine. He has a Chiefs van. Check it out. I'm gonna put pictures on there so you can look at it. Put a lot of work in the Chiefs van. Really nice lowrider style. So he asked me to do him a seat, and I've done a lot of things before for him. He likes a lot of custom objects and a lot of custom things, and with this I wanted to do something that was creative. We've been having, like, in the car upholstery world, we've been seeing a lot of the same patterns. They've been, doing the computerized pattern and throwing it on the side and throwing it on the cart. And yeah, we've seen that. It was nice to begin with, but now it's kind of getting, a little bit saturated. So with these seats right here, I wanted to kind of add more of like the element of the game into it, and kind of more of a really custom, look to them. So what I did is I took one of the like Madden plays from the Chiefs. So these are the actual, Chiefs numbers. Yeah, I think it's around 2024. Don't quote me on that. And then they're playing, like, as you can say, the Eagles. So I kind of like incorporated that in the seats. I have this. When I seen the van, I knew, I couldn't add a normal seat of it. So this is kind of like my equivalent to kind of like, staying in alignment with the actual van and the artwork that's on there. So that's one of the projects I have. I also have that I'm gonna finish, sometime in the next 24 hours. I also have these seats right here. Let me check them out. They back here. Let me see my light. It's a little bit messy back here, but this is like my storage area. So I got these seats I made the covers for. These are the old seats right here. This is the old seat, pieces of old seats. These are the new covers I made for them. I got the buttons downstairs that kind of go right there. So as you can see, the covers are made. They have all the attachments to them. I'm gonna go ahead and get those on, get those out today. Just a normal day of creating and, making things happen. But before we do that, I like to always, and that's another thing, like when you actually make stuff, you can have a wider range because you can actually make stuff. You're not actually waiting for samples for 6 weeks and actually doing that. So, I mean, that's another conversation of where our level of fashion has taken us and what an actual designer is and a designer isn't. But we actually make stuff here. So, I can go from the versatility of a car seat to a book bag to doing some nice little dancer wear / bathing suit things here. So I'm gonna go ahead and, drape one of these before I kind of get started working, finishing up that seat and doing that. Let's go.
Minc made, baby. Minc made this.